Today we are going to be reviewing and learning new vocabulary for the coordinate plane. Coordinate plane is just graphing. So the first thing that we need to know is about the quadrants. It goes in reverse, so counterclockwise in terms of numbering. What I'm going to ask you to do is to write on your desk, and or a piece of paper or whatever, I am going to write these down as well. So quadrant 1 is going to be positive and positive. Quadrant 2 is negative and then positive. Quadrant 3 is going to be negative, negative. Quadrant 4 is positive, negative. Now we're writing this down because the next slide will require you to do some sorting with that. There. So on the following slides, there are points with attached coordinates. Drag them to the specified location according to the directions on the slide. So these points that you'll see are movable. It will turn into a box and you're going to drag it over. If you need to undo something, it shows you right here. You can just press Control Z to undo where you moved it from. Next slide. All right, so you see this is why I wrote this, and you can tell that it's hard to read, but this A is negative, negative. So I'm going to come over here, and that means negative, negative is quadrant 3. You are able to drag it to quadrant 3. B is 8 and 0, which is positive, positive, so that is quadrant 1. C is a positive and then a negative. So I'm going to look over here, positive, then a negative. So that is quadrant 4. Now for you, you're going to be looking at your desk because these for me seem to be hard to read. I'm not sure that I could trace over it a different color to make it easier for you to read. Let's see. Yeah, that might help. So these are on your desk so that you can sort them. I am not going to sort them in this entire video. I'm not going to do all of them, but I will have the answer key available for you to check your answers. But we're just using, I wrote this on the table so that you guys can refer back to it. There is one that is none, okay? And that is 0, 0, because the 0, 0 is the origin. It's right in the middle where that 0, 0 is, so it is in no quadrants. So I will go ahead and help you with that one as well. We'll do D, that is a positive and then a negative. So a positive then a negative is quadrant 4. So by now, I'm hoping that you guys understand what you're supposed to do with this one. We're going to move to the next slide. Okay, so on this slide, we are going to drag the points to their location on the coordinate plane to the left. So we are simply reviewing how to plot points. So I'm going to take negative 7 and 3. The first number is negative 7, so I'm going to move back and forth to 7. And then I'm going to move it up to 3. Pretty close. I can use my arrows to get a little better. Okay. B is 5, 0. So the first number that I have is 5. So it is going to travel along the x-axis. And the next number, the y-coordinate is 0. So I'm going to drop that right about there. C, negative 3, 7. So I'm going to travel backwards, negative 3, down negative 7. And I'm watching my line to make sure. I think that is up. Nope, that didn't end up right. So let's use my arrow to get it where it's supposed to be. There you go. 9, 4. Those are both positive. So I will go over 9, up 4. And I didn't get close. That's part of the problem. There you go. So I'm using my arrow keys to move it after I've dragged it so that I can tell that it's on the right thing. So as you can tell, 9, 4, -7, 3. So you guys will make sure that you finish this, and then you can check your answers on the Check My Answers page.